In this video, I'm going to share my top 5 tips to help you get your music onto streaming platforms, and once it's out there, how to get it in front of as many listeners as possible. For the last year, I've been working with the lovely folks at DistroKid to help you do everything from properly mastering your music to creating music videos, shareable social pages, and even how to keep your music secure. I've been using DistroKid for years now, and they make getting your music onto streaming services like Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal, etc. really easy. They're also really affordable and, without doubt, the fastest in the business. I've had some releases appear on stores in as little as 12 hours. It's mad. If you want to try them for yourself, you can save 7% on any yearly plan if you join via my unique link. You'll find that in the description below this video. Here are my top 5 tips from last year that'll help you release your music in 2024. Gone are the days when you'd need to be tied to a computer in order to release your music online. Using DistroKid's app, you can get your music onto streaming platforms with one of these, or even one of these, as they just released a brand new Android app as well. Here's how it works. The main draw of DistroKid's app is the ability to release music directly from your iOS device, and they've made that process really straightforward. Tap the upload icon at the bottom of the app and you'll be taken to where you can do things like select which streaming service you'd like your release to appear on, the number of songs in a release, artist info, release date info, and more. You can upload album art directly from your iOS photo library, which is a nice touch, as iOS's photo editor makes it really simple to ensure your art is the optimal 3000 by 3000 pixels. You can also add all your songwriter info, set a preview clip start time, and set an iTunes and Amazon price for folks who'd still like to actually purchase your release. Once your music is out there in the world and on whatever streaming services you've selected, there are a few ways that you can make sure it's heard. DistroKid's Hyperfollow feature. It lets you share one link that, when opened, lets the clicker select which streaming platform to listen to the shared track on from a list set by you. You can access Hyperfollow from the DistroKid homepage by clicking the wee drop-down menu at the top, or by selecting Hyperfollow from the Did You Know section. Right then, when you click on Hyperfollow, you'll be able to select from every EP, track, or album you've released on DistroKid. I'm going to select a single I released under my musical pseudonym Wiredrawn, Tornado Country. If I click on the link associated with Tornado Country, I'll be taken to its Hyperfollow page. This is how the page looks by default. All of the streaming platforms here have been set automatically. Up at the top left of the screen, I can click on the Customize menu. Now, from here, I can create a brand new Hyperfollow page, manage all current Hyperfollow pages, edit the current Hyperfollow page, hide the current Hyperfollow page, share the current Hyperfollow page on socials, or select a completely different page. I want to edit this page, so that's what I'll select. At the top here, you can see that you can view and copy your Hyperfollow link. In the My Info section, you can change the thumbnail that's displayed on the Hyperfollow page. This defaults to the art that you uploaded when you released your track. Below that, you can edit the song title, artist name, location, and bio info that's displayed on your page too. In the next section, you can add, remove, and reorder links to different streaming platforms, websites, and whatever you want, really. I'm going to take out the links to a few streaming platforms and rearrange things a wee bit here. I'm going to add a link to my website here too. When adding a link, your Hyperfollow page will try to pull in an image from the site that you're linking to. You can see it's pulled in a thumbnail from the GarageBand Guide website, and I have the option to crop it if needed. In the next section, you could add links to any social media platforms that you have accounts with. I'll go ahead and add a link to the Wiredrawn Twitter account here. In the next section, you can embed a YouTube video directly onto your Hyperfollow page. Below that, you can upload an audio file and have it immediately playable on your Hyperfollow page. And below that, you can paste in an ad tracking code like Google Analytics, for example, to track exactly how often your page is being opened and interacted with. Alright, how do you get your music onto TikTok then? Well, the same way you get your music onto every other streaming service, really. I have my new Future Fathers track, Hikikomori, ready to go here. On the DistroKid upload page at the very top is a list of all streaming services and stores that you can submit to, including TikTok. All you have to do is make sure that this box is ticked when uploading your song, and it will end up there. It's that simple. I'll skim through the rest of the upload process here. I do have a full step-by-step walkthrough on how uploading music with DistroKid works. I'll drop a link to that down below too. With all that done, the track is uploaded and submitted to streaming services, and I can check out a snippet of Hikikomori on its Hyperfollow page. And that's it, right? Instant global superstardom awaits. Well, maybe not, but there is another sneaky wee trick you can use that could increase the reach of your music on TikTok and beyond. A lot of really big tracks that blew up on TikTok also have alternative versions that have been slowed down, had lashings of reverb added, or even both. Hugely popular tracks like Snowfall by One Heart, and Memory Reboot have slowed versions that are just as, if not more popular than the originals. So here's how to create an alternative version of a track on both macOS and iOS. On Mac, we can use good old GarageBand to change the tempo of a track. I've brought in Hikikomori here. With the region selected, I need to open the editor window, then hit Follow Tempo and Pitch. Now, when I change the tempo of the project, the imported track will change tempo too. Now, I don't want to lower it too much as it can create weird artifacting. But around here, 66 BPM seems to be the sweet spot. And I can add some global reverb here to give an even more dream-like feel to it. On iOS, you can't do this in GarageBand, unfortunately, so I'll demo how to do it in Logic Pro for iPad instead. I've imported my track already. To adjust the tempo, I just need to open the Inspector window. Then in the Flex and Follow menu, select On. Now when I change the tempo of the project, the track's tempo will change too. With all that done, it's just a case of uploading the alternative version of the track, with slightly tweaked artwork and making sure to properly label it as an alternative version during the upload process. And here it is, ready to listen on its own Hyperfollow page. So what do you do now that your music is available for use on TikTok? The thing about TikTok is that it's not solely for the consumption of music, at least not yet. So you'll need to think outside the box when it comes to content creation. You could create something like this, where viewers are asked to pick where they would be napping the hardest. Or pair your track with some moody shots of your favourite city or town. Or pair it with your favourite poem. Or pair it with a really cool video to create some immaculately chill vibes, whatever that means. Wish your music could be featured in shows and movies like The Mandalorian, Tropic Thunder, and Friends? Well, now it can. Kind of. The way this works is you head to the Promote Yourself menu on the DistroKid homepage, then click on Meme Video Generator. Then in the menu on the right, select the clip you want to add your music to. Click on Make One with your song, and in the next screen add all the requested info, like which release you want to use and where you'd like the song to start during the movie clip. Hit generate, and once it's done processing, you'll have a really stupid but also really shareable music video.
Pick up the pieces and put me back together.
What happens if you put all that work into getting your music out there, only for some unscrupulous types to copy or steal your music and pass it off as their own? Thankfully, there is a way you can stop this. Alright, so what Distrolock essentially does is stop people being able to upload your music to other streaming platforms. When you upload music to Distrolock, it creates what they call an acoustic fingerprint, so essentially a unique ID for that particular piece of audio, similar to the way YouTube Content ID works. What's special about this is that it's able to match audio even when distorted or degraded, and more importantly, if it's been slowed down or sped up. Distrolock integrates with the Audible Magic service, which is then able to cross-reference any of their audio on any of the platforms they use. Audible Magic is a company that provides content identification services to social networks, record labels, music publishers, television studios, and movie studios. Distrolock is able to register that acoustic fingerprint if it's uploaded anywhere else also, such as YouTube, Twitch, Apple Music, Spotify, or pretty much every other streaming service under the sun. An important point to make here is that once that acoustic fingerprint is created for your track, the audio from that track itself is deleted from Distrolock's servers. Just a wee extra peace of mind for you there. So this is how it works. You can upload your music for free if you're already distributing music with DistroKid. From your DistroKid homepage, go to the main menu, then go down to Protect Your Music. At the Distrolock screen, hit Free Sign Up, and because you're already logged into your DistroKid account, you'll be taken directly to the Add a New Track screen. So on the Add New Track screen, click on the button, and you'll want to keep the Distrolock and Audible Magic options ticked. Next, you'll want to choose a file, and then you'll want to enter your artist and song title information. That is optional. Don't worry too much about it if you don't want to enter that info. Probably a good idea though. And then click that you have read and agree with the terms of the Distrolock Terms of Service and DistroKid Terms of Service. Of course you have. And then click Submit. That will then be uploaded. The acoustic fingerprint will be created for it also while that is going on. So it's not instantaneous. You can see the name of the track that I've uploaded there, the date and time it was added, and the current status. Obviously, this might take a wee while for that to completely process through. So now that that track's uploaded, if anybody was to duplicate it or steal it and then try to upload it to any of the services like we've talked about today, like YouTube or Apple Music or anything like that, they will automatically be blocked from doing so, and it won't even be able to reach these streaming services. Very, very handy. Right, that's my top 5 tips to help you release, promote, and protect your music. Thanks again to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. Remember, you can use my unique link in the description to save on any yearly plan. If a full step-by-step video on how to release music through DistroKid sounds helpful, watch this next.